Thunder in the East is a 1952 American drama film directed by Charles Vidier and starring Alan Ladd, Deborah Kerr, and Charles Boyer. Here's a detailed summary of the plot and key elements. The film is set in post-World War II India during a period of political turmoil and unrest as the country is transitioning to independence. Alan Ladd plays Steve Gibbs, an American arms dealer who arrives in the fictional Indian principality of Gandhar with a cargo of weapons he hopes to sell to the local Maharaja. Upon arrival, Steve is met with resistance from both the British authorities and the Indian government, who are wary of his intentions and the potential for his weapons to fuel further conflict. Despite this, he manages to secure an audience with the Maharaja, played by Charles Boyer. While in Gandhar, Steve encounters Joan Willoughby, Deborah Kerr, a widowed Englishwoman working as a missionary and running an orphanage. Joan is immediately opposed to Steve's presence and his trade, viewing him as a profiteer who could exacerbate the already volatile situation. As Steve tries to secure his deal, he finds himself increasingly drawn to Joan, whose compassion and dedication to the local children challenge his cynical worldview. Joan, despite her initial disdain for Steve, begins to see a different side of him as he shows moments of kindness and vulnerability. The political tensions in Gandhar reach a boiling point when a rebel leader, Colonel Singh, played by Philip Bourneuf, stages an uprising against the Maharaja's rule. Singh's forces threaten to overthrow the government and plunge the region into chaos. Steve, recognizing the danger, must decide whether to leave with his profit or stay and help Joan and the Maharaja defend against the rebellion. In a dramatic turn of events, Steve chooses to stay and uses his expertise and the weapons he brought to assist in the defense of the palace and the orphanage. The climax of the film involves intense action sequences as Steve and the loyalists fend off Singh's forces. The conflict ultimately reaches a resolution, with the rebellion being quelled and the Maharaja's position secured. Steve, having proved his bravery and integrity, wins Joan's respect and affection. The film concludes with a sense of hope and the possibility of a new beginning for Steve and Joan. Thunder in the East is notable for its portrayal of post-colonial India and the moral dilemmas faced by its characters. Alan Ladd delivers a strong performance as the hardened but ultimately redeemable protagonist, while Deborah Kerr provides a compelling contrast as the idealistic and principled Joan. The film combines elements of romance, action, and drama, set against the backdrop of a country in transition. There are thousands of great videos like this on the channel. Please take a look. Please share and subscribe or visit the Bonswivit channel on eBay, which has over 250,000 rare and collectible items listed.